Now, let's move to Turkey, where anti-government protesters have returned to the streets. Riot police in Istanbul have used tear gas and water cannon to prevent hundreds of protesters from defying a ban on May Day rallies in Taksim Square. Well, that was the scene of the last year's anti-government protests, of course, and thousands of people are now reported to have been gathering across Istanbul. And that's despite thousands of police being deployed and public transport being shut down. Our correspondent Selin Girit is on the streets of Istanbul.
I'm in Beşiktaş now. This is a district of Istanbul, 15 minutes away from Taksim Square, where all the May Day protesters are trying to get to. All the surrounding streets and districts of Taksim are blocked at the moment by police, and they're blocked for traffic as well. So the protesters gather in spots close to Taksim like this. Early morning protesters started gathering here, and since early morning, police intervention started. The intervention and the clashes between the police and the protesters lasted for almost 5 hours, and they just took a break. The police rested, the protesters rested, some people were taken into custody. I've seen couple of people get injured as well, though not heavy. And now we're seeing, as you can see behind me, police gathering into their lines again, and the protesters gathering back. It is not realistic to imagine that the protesters here in Beşiktaş can make it to Taksim today, but it seems the clashes on and off between the police and the protesters might continue throughout the day. And let me tell you why Taksim Square is so important and why the protesters want to get to there. Taksim Square is held very crucial for May Day protesters, historically and traditionally, not only because Gezi protests, the anti-government protests that took place last year, but also it has historical significance. In 1977, more than 34 people got killed there, and since then, unions and protesters insist that they have to celebrate May Day in Taksim Square, and the government just doesn't want that to happen this